So I'm Paige Penze, and I was born May 12th, 1971 in Columbus, Ohio. So I first started swimming in Columbus, Ohio at the Olympic Swim and Racket Club. I was 7 years old, and I couldn't even swim across the pool, but I wanted to earn the ribbons that I saw all the other kids having. And so I signed up for the swim team, and while I didn't earn any ribbons, I did win Most Improved Trophy at the end of the season because I actually learned how to swim across the pool. So in Columbus, Ohio, I swam for Steve Nye at Greater Columbus Swim Team, and through Steve, I really learned that fundamentals are so important, and no matter what you're doing. Then when I was 15, I moved to Athens, Georgia, and I swam for Athens Bulldog Swim Club with Harvey Humphreys. And through Harvey, I really learned the importance of hard work and how that can bring good success. When I got to college, I was still swimming for Harvey, but also for Jack Bowerly. And I think Jack really taught me to believe in myself and have that confidence that I could really go for it. So I decided to go to Georgia because I had swum in high school with Harvey and, sometimes in the mornings with the college team. And I really believed that Jack and Harv were the best coaches for me. And they are an incredible coaching team, and they complement each other so well. And they were able to motivate me in so many different ways. Like, they each had their own way of coaching. And I think that's what's made them so successful over the years. They're like a perfect example of two people that are so different and work in different ways but make each other stronger. I think every athlete goes through setbacks, either through injuries or disappointments. One comes to mind when I was at national championships and I kind of missed a turn and didn't hit it exactly right, and I missed making a national championship by 2/100ths of a second. I was so disappointed, and I ended up sulking for like 2 weeks straight until Jack called me up and he said, "Look, it's time to stop sulking. It's time to get back in the pool. The only way we can fix it is by getting back in the pool." So that's what we did, and that next national championships, I won my first 2 national championships, and one of those was by 2/100ths of a second. I don't know about rivalries. I did have a really great friend, Sarah Peroni Hart, and she swam in Florida and in North Carolina, and our swim careers were just kind of had a parallel path. We both won our first national championships at the same meet, touching out Dara Torres by hundredths of seconds. We both went to every single national team trip we both made together, and we roomed together. We were at World Championships. We were on an American record-setting relay, and that was like so special to me because she was a part of that, and we got to share that together. And we've been able to stay friends, and we're stood up in each other's weddings and things like that. So I've met a lot of really great friends that through swimming that continue on. I think absolutely my swimming experience has definitely impacted who I am today. I think when you're swimming competitively or any type of sport, it really helps you learn time management and the hard work ethic and the value of that. Also, how to deal with success, how to deal with failure, how to manage your time, and just have the confidence to succeed in whatever it is that you're doing. So I feel like my swimming career is continuing to pay dividends. So I've won 4 national championships. The fourth one is kind of a funny story. My second and third one were both in the 200 backstroke. And the 200 backstroke and the 200 fly were on the same days at national championships, so I always had to choose which one I wanted to do. And there were 2 summers in a row where I won the 200 back for national championships, and the third summer I came and I decided to swim 200 fly instead because we'd really worked on fly. And there were definitely some other coaches who were like, "What? You're not putting Paige in the 200 back? Like, that's a huge mistake. She's reigning champion for the last 2 years." But it was nice to prove them all wrong and win the 200 fly that year. I loved to train, and I think mostly I loved to push myself further than I ever thought that I could go. And Jack and Harv were definitely tough, and were known to be really tough coaches with really tough workouts. And so I had that opportunity practically every day to really push myself further than I ever thought I could go. So I currently work at Bank of America Merrill Lynch, and I work in innovation. I lead business development, facing off with all of the financial technology companies that we're partnering with to test emerging technology. But I definitely think swimming had a direct impact, especially in my interview process, first of all, having American record holder across your resume definitely helped me get an interview. But then when, we went through a series of interviews, and the final round of interviews, they brought in a bunch of people to do those final interviews. And the first thing they did was they put us all into a conference room. And so we're sitting in this conference room, and I'm sitting there with all of my competitors, basically, right before they were going to march us out onto the trading floor to have a series of these last final interviews. And to me, sitting in that conference room was just like sitting in a ready room. And by the time I walked out to go to the trading floor for these interviews, I was totally in the zone. I don't remember any of my interviews other than that the answers just came so easily to me. And needless to say, I got the job, and I just celebrated my 20th anniversary with Bank of America Merrill Lynch. I think growing up, my parents were always my heroes. They were really bright and smart people, but also really hard workers. And I really respect the fact that what they gave and gave up for me to have my career, they were always so supportive and encouraging. One thing is that's kind of interesting is that I was the first one to swim in George's pool. I had been waiting for the new pool for so many years that the night before that it opened, it was actually my last year of swimming, we finally opened the new pool at Georgia, and Harvey called me up the night before and said, "Do you want me to meet me at the pool at 4:30? And I was like, absolutely. And so I was actually swimming in the pool with Harvey coaching me when the whole rest of the team walked in at 5 a.m. And I think Harvey knew I'd been waiting a really long time for that opportunity.